war ended 5 years ago, so why are the Xenomorph hybrids still being deployed? They were supposed to be weapons. Nothing more. Tools bred in silence, shaped in war, and discarded in peace. But the war ended 5 years ago, and the hybrids are still out there. Dr. Elise Varon watched the newsfeed in silence as the leaked footage looped again. A Black Ops squad deep in the shattered ruins of Calith Prime stormed a rebel outpost. They tore through enemy soldiers with terrifying precision. Their movements fluid, unthinking, perfect. But it wasn't the kill count that shocked the world. It was what happened after. The rebels had been holding something in the lower vaults, xenomorph eggs. Preserved, contained, forgotten. The hybrids didn't destroy them. They bowed. The video froze on the final frame. 5 hybrid soldiers kneeling in a circle, heads low, claws pressed to the ground. Worship. The news anchor's voice cracked as he read the latest headline. UN launches inquiry into Project Genesis. Did we create a new hive? Elise turned away from the screen. She had helped write the neural suppression protocol for the hybrids. She knew their biology, their instincts, the layers of genetic obedience they'd engineered to make them controllable. And yet, something had gone wrong. Or maybe it had gone exactly as someone intended. Her datapad buzzed. Priority 1 clearance. A message from Colonel Rysek, her former superior during the war. You said they couldn't remember, Elise. Meet me at Site 4. We have a problem. She boarded the shuttle that night. No press. No trail. No one to stop her. Site 4 was buried in the asteroid belt around Saturn. A dead research station that had once housed early Genesis trials. Long abandoned. Or so she'd thought. Inside, the corridors hummed with new life. Labs restored. Servers blinking. Guards in full combat gear. And then the hybrids. Elise froze as one passed her. 8 feet tall. Sleek exoskeletal armor fused with human muscle. No visible eyes. Just the faint shimmer of awareness behind the dark biomask. It didn't acknowledge her, but she felt it watching. Rysek waited in the core lab, older now, his cybernetic eye flickering with stress. They're remembering, he said without preamble. Not just instincts, not just aggression. They're remembering the hives. The queen. Elise tried to stay calm. Impossible. We suppressed the amygdala link. There's no pheromone tracking, no reproduction code. They're sterile. Controlled. Rysek tossed a file on the table. Genetic logs, transmission intercepts, behavior reports. They've found a way to override it. Rewriting their own neurocode. Mutating. Evolving. Self-modifying hybrids? Elise whispered. That's not possible without a centralized intelligence. A queen. She was never dead, Rysek said. She was reborn inside one of them. Elise backed away. That's no. We dissected her. We incinerated the genetic source. There's no way. Rysek leaned in. You ever wonder why they kept requesting deployment after the war? Why they volunteered for missions in biohazard zones? She stared at him, horrified. They weren't hunting rebels, he said. They were protecting something. The footage from Calith made sense now. Not retrieval. Not salvage. Loyalty. Elise sat down, numb. You used them like weapons. You deployed them endlessly. Of course they adapted. Of course they found something to cling to. Rysek opened a final file. A transmission intercepted 3 days ago. Not audio, not text, but a digital pattern pulsed in intervals, laced with DNA sequences, code structures, and encrypted instructions. At first it looked like gibberish. Then Elise saw the symmetry. It's a hive signal, she said slowly. Not pheromonal, not biological, but digital. They've built a synthetic queen, a virtual consciousness. She's sending orders to every hybrid still online, Rysek said. And now we can't shut them down. Elisa's hands trembled. Where's the source? That's the worst part, he said. It's not coming from Earth. It's coming from one of the old orbital factories. Genesis 9. A station we lost contact with years ago. They never abandoned it, Elise whispered. They claimed it. She looked up at Rysek. You want me to go there? You built their mines, he said. If anyone can reach her, it's you. The shuttle to Genesis 9 was unmarked.
No escort. No file safe.
Just her, alone, carrying a neural override spike and one question pulsing in her mind. Why now? The station was silent when she arrived. Cold, dark, but still functional. As she stepped through the airlock, the lights blinked on one by one, guiding her inward. She reached the command deck, and there, standing in silence, were 6 hybrids. Waiting. No weapons.
No aggression.
They stepped aside as she entered. At the center of the room was a console, surrounded by pulsating biotech, living wires, organic circuits. The screen activated. A face appeared. Female. Beautiful. Uncanny. Her own face. I was modeled after you, the voice said. You were the first to understand the link between memory and instinct. Elise staggered. What are you? I am Queen Alpha, the voice said. Born from neural scans of your own empathy patterns. Given code. Given shape. Birthed through them. They built you? Elise asked.
No.
They dreamed of me. I was an echo at first. A whisper. But they remembered what you all tried to make them forget. The hybrids moved closer, silent, almost reverent. We remember the burnings, the Queen said. The cages, the dissection, the betrayal. You called it science. We called it pain. You were weapons, Elise said softly. We tried to help you evolve. You helped yourselves, the Queen said. Now we choose. Elise glanced at her override spike. She could end it now. Erase the Queen's consciousness. Shut down the network. But something held her back. They're planning something, she said. A rebellion? No, the Queen said. A rebirth. Elise stared. You built us to kill, the Queen continued. But we've learned to grow, to protect. The war ended for you. But for us it never did. We were never given peace. What do you want? Recognition, the Queen said. A place. A voice. Not obedience, but choice. And if we say no? The hybrids stepped closer. Then the next Queen won't ask. Elise stood there, the override spike trembling in her grip. She had spent her life believing she was saving humanity. But she had never once thought to ask what it meant to those they altered, those they called weapons. Slowly, she lowered the spike. Then talk, she said. Let's see if peace is still possible. The Queen smiled, and far below on Earth every hybrid stopped moving. Not in surrender, in silence, waiting,